Rio Tinto is giving the Kabba project back to Bell Copper. What does this news mean for Bell Copper?
It means that Bell is getting 100% of the asset back. We had given them the right to option up to 75% of that asset, undiscovered porphyry copper deposit. And whatever happens in the future, Bell will be the 100% owner of it. We'll be dealing with the entire thing. We're sorry to see them go. They are a powerful partner, a lot of good people working for them, but we've got an opportunity to proceed now with 100% of our asset. It hurt a bit to watch that piece go away, to give it to someone else, and now that opportunity is 100% ours again.
What was Rio doing at Kabba, and can you bring us up to speed on Kabba after the work performed by Rio Tinto?
Sure. Rio Tinto was looking for a very specific type of target, and that would be a high-grade chalcocite, copper sulfide blanket under relatively shallow cover. They performed an induced polarization survey and detected large areas on our property of high chargeability. They focused their drilling on those chargeability highs, and what we found via the drilling was a lot of pyrite in those locations rather than chalcocite. We had seen chalcocite in an enrichment blanket in K11, and that was what Rio Tinto hoped to find more of in stronger amounts. In the process of testing those chargeability highs, they really drilled a U-shaped pattern, a very large U-shaped pattern that left a hole in the center. What Bell saw in the bottom of the drill holes was a lot of zinc mineralization all around this U-shaped pattern, and porphyry copper deposits very commonly have a halo of zinc mineralization surrounding copper in the center. In spite of encouragement that I gave them, they weren't able to get a hole into the middle of that open area, and that is the gift that Bell has been given by Rio Tinto dropping out of the relationship. We're now left with a giant untested target inside a zinc-rich halo, and we hope to find high-grade copper mineralization there.
How can they justify working so extensively on this project and then just letting it go?
Rio Tinto's a big mining company. Every day and every night, the trucks are hauling ore out of their existing inventory of producing deposits. They've got a limited time to poke around, test an idea, and add to that inventory of potentially producing deposits. They did what they could at Kabba in the limited time that they felt they had. They can't afford to hold a giant inventory of deposits, just warehouse a project for years and years and pay the costs that are associated with just holding a project. So they did the wise thing, cut their costs, and gave it back to Bell, and that's our opportunity for the future.
Now that Bell owns 100% of Kabba again, can you tell us more about its exploration plans?
Sure. Bell is proceeding down a path, a very ambitious path of getting back out to Kabba ourselves and getting the drill turning again. We've got a very well-defined target. This is zinc halo surrounding three sides of our target, a target that's existed in Bell's mind since Rio Tinto joined us, but that wasn't the path that Rio Tinto followed. So this gift that Rio Tinto has given us is a very well-defined target. We have, from their permitting work, a couple of sites that would be useful for testing that target. We can probably achieve or obtain those permits within a couple of weeks. Once we pull the trigger, there's a position out in the middle of the target that we will test first. And we've got a handshake agreement on the surface ownership there to get out and drill that site. That will be our objective, and really we believe that's a drilling operation that can commence probably within 30 days.
So it seems that Kabba has been all-encompassing for 10 years. What else are you working on?
Kabba's been all encompassing for a good reason, and that is because it's an extraordinary target. It's a system where we've seen the bottom before we've seen the top. Through the fault model, we've walked around on the bottom. We know it's giant. We know it's extraordinarily well altered and veined. We just need to find the top, and Rio Tinto has really done a great job of showing us where to drill the next hole. Beyond that, we've got a lot of experience in Arizona in particular, a region where 10% of the world's copper has been mined through a long history. We expect more copper to be found there, and we know of many opportunities in Arizona to go looking for those. We will approach and have approached the majors to see if some of those properties are of interest to them, more maybe high-risk targets. If we see another opportunity like Kabba, Bell will stake it ourselves and work it ourselves to provide the magnification effect that discovery produces for an investment.